You've tried it all. More sleep, better sleep, power naps, even meditation, but the result is always the same. You're tired by noon, blankly staring at the screen, feeling like your brain is waiting through fog. Why? Because your internal energy signals are broken. In fact, every bit of tiredness tells us that the energy compass within you is as reliable as a broken fuel gauge. And the problem is just not that you feel fatigue, it is that you are making decisions at 30% capacity and other people are out competing you because they're able to make decisions later in the day with full cognitive power. This video is about the specific changes you can do to your routine to bring back your energy. And no, this is not about productivity hacks or sleeping more. This is about aligning yourself with your natural rhythms and resetting your own circadian rhythm. Welcome back to Castillo, founder of Selfmastered Performance Institute for Entrepreneurs. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to not miss out on any of the videos we publish to make you the most elite entrepreneur you could ever be. So let's first understand that most energy drains are not physical, they're actually mental. It's the fact that you are fatiguing your brain unnecessarily and accumulating something called cognitive residue, which is a measure of how well your brain can actually compute things in the working memory. In essence, the more fatigued you are at a brain level, the more cognitive residue, the more tired you'll be and the worse your decisions will be. And there's three ways of resetting your attentional system so you don't accumulate unnecessary cognitive load. First of all is, of course, remove distractions as much as possible. Avoid multitasking and have blocks of time devoted to just one thing, one task, one project, whatever. Some people call this time blocking. The more you time block and don't get distracted, the less time you change your focus in between tasks, the less attention residue you will accumulate and the less tiredness you will feel. Now, step number two is to create routines for everything, to create what I call algorithmic behavior. If you have to choose every day what you're going to wear, what you're going to eat, how you're going to approach your day, what tasks do you feel like doing, you're creating unnecessary decision making that hurts your ability to actually make good decisions. So step two is to systematize everything and be very clear on what it is that you're going to be devoting your cognitive powers to. And step number three, and this is something that elite performers typically forget about, and I'm sometimes guilty of it, is have active recovery protocols within your day. It's having periods of time, 10, 20, 30 minutes in which you do not work. You don't get distracted either. Either you meditate, you stretch, you go for a walk, you call someone, but you give your brain the ability to encode the information it just learned, and that removes most of your mental fatigue. So if you do this, I can already guarantee that you're going to feel much more energetic, that your brain is going to work better and you will make better decisions and consistently have better focus and discipline. Now, this won't work if you are removed from your natural rhythms, and this one is huge. See, we live in a society that is totally removed from the natural rhythms in which we evolved. Since the 1950s, we know that the brain goes through ebbs and flows of energy throughout the day and at night. At night, we call them sleep cycles, and during the day, we call them ultradian cycles. That means that there are certain moments in the day in which we feel more active, in which our activation goes up naturally, and that is mostly a genetic issue. It is all embedded in our genetics. If you want to know what is your unique energetic blueprint, do the morningness eveningness quotient. That is a free 5-minute test that will tell you whether you are a lark at your most cognitively capable at the beginning of the day, you're a third bird in the middle of the day, or an owl late at night. Knowing this is very useful information because if you are over caffeinated, trying to hustle all day, every day, you are accumulating unnecessary stress in your system that damages your ability to focus over time. Now, most people are overly caffeinated, running on adrenaline, trying to do as many things as possible, but they do not perform. Their focus is suboptimal and they waste, according to research, up to 70% of their day. So the solution is first test your chronotype. Understand exactly how are you wired to perform. And step number two is to actually reset your system. So what I like to tell our clients is to remove all stimulants for a week. No coffee, no tea, nothing whatsoever, and let their brain adapt to an uncaffeinated life. For better results, I also tell them to sleep 10 hours for at least every day for at least a week until they have covered the sleep that they have accumulated and they don't need an alarm to wake up. When you don't need an alarm to wake up, that is when your brain is not sleep deprived by definition. So that is step number two, is realigning yourself with your own natural rhythms. First, by understanding what are your actual genetic natural rhythms, and two, by removing stimulants and giving yourself the ability to reset your sleep. And finally, yes, I'm talking about having morning and evening routines. I know there's a lot of fuss right now. There are people that say that morning routines make you weak, that you should be able to get things done without a routine, but I beg to differ, because we have a natural cortisol stress response right after waking up. So our body naturally shoots up stress in order to get us ready for the day. And if we don't take control of that stress response and have a way to priming ourselves to become collected and in control for the rest of the day, then it really is very, very hard that we will keep our energy and not wasted in distractions and being overstressed. So I always recommend having a very simple morning routine that you can perform on autopilot, that doesn't take very long and sets the stage for the rest of the day. I like to meditate and do subconscious programming exercises, but you could do whatever helps you really show up for the day. And also an evening routine, and this is very important, a way of closing the day in the best possible way. What I like to do is having a shower in order to prime myself for sleep, and also meditate in order to get really fully relaxed. What matters is that you are able to signal to your brain that it is time to really go into sleep mode. So you avoid, again, wrecking your sleep by accumulated stress that you have no control over. So nailing the morning and nailing the evening routines are absolutely fundamentals. And it doesn't need to take 90 minutes or a crazy amount of habits. Just have a simple 30-minute protocol that you can do every day, that you can condition your brain to expect, that really lowers your stress levels and has you grounded for the day. And finally, what is the protocol that I've shared with my clients that some of them say that by applying them, they feel as tired at 7 p.m. in the evening as they previously felt at noon. So they basically remove most of their tiredness. Well, that is a ring fencing protocol. Ring fencing is when you set 90-minute time blocks in which you work against a timer with a very specific focus in mind. It can be a specific task or a project or a set of tasks that all share the same cognitive load. If you're sending emails, you're only sending emails. If you're writing, you're only writing. If you're designing, you only design. If you program, you only program. How this works is that by letting the brain only work on one type of task with a very specific cognitive imprint, we are able to save energy. And at the end of the 90 minutes, we go for a walk. We take a 30-minute break that allows our brain to replenish the chemicals that it used for inducing a state of focus and even flow states. And a high performance day is at least 3 ring fence sessions per day. I train my clients to get to 5 or 6, which really helps them do in one day what other people do in one week. The ring fencing protocol is our secret weapon, and I urge you to start doing it because it's going to change your life. Your body is an energy powerhouse, but you're most likely wasting it in distractions and being too far removed of your own natural cycles. If you want to go deeper into how you can engineer at least 6 hours of flow states every single day, check this video here because I go deep into the science to help you really get more done than anyone else you know. See you in the video.